Hello, hello, movie friends. Welcome back to the show. This is Anthony.
And this is James. So we're going to talk about some movie news. And it was kind of a slow week, but there's some cool stuff to talk about. Let's start with the box office. Not much new stuff has been coming out. Last week, Shang-Chi still number one at $13 million for the weekend. Dear Evan Hansen got $7 million last weekend. And Free Guy still cruising with $4 million per weekend. It's still making
top
money,
five.
which is pretty cool because, you know, it's a long-running movie now. It's over a month, I think it's been out. And personally for us, we went to this awesome screening for Venom Let There Be Carnage. Again, IMAX invited us to go check it out at their headquarters in Santa Monica. We actually just got the invite for Bond for Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
We can't wait for. But we really enjoyed the film. It made $11.6 million on just its Thursday preview screening. So this movie is probably going to be the biggest earner of 2021, maybe the entire year. I don't know if some of these movies coming out in October will beat it. I don't think Dune's going to beat it, but we'll see. Bond will probably actually beat it. But it's going to make a ton of money. We had a blast. It was so fun. It was hysterical. We just posted a review of it yesterday, spoiler-free for about 8 minutes. I recommend checking it out, not just for the post-credit scene. I know it's sad because these great – like I thought it was a fun movie and it was cool, but all anyone can talk about is the post-credit scene, which is kind of unfortunate.
I saw a bunch of people saying like, oh, yeah, Venom's pretty good, but go for the post-credit scene. It's like – there's a whole movie before it, you know?
Yeah, like thousands of people worked for 2 years making this film. At least talk about the movie instead of just the post-credit scene, but that's kind of the world we're living in. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, but it was definitely a fun time, and it looks like the movie's going to make around $60 million opening weekend, which is excellent news for movie theaters.
Yeah, I was laughing for about 50 minutes straight. It was so funny, quick-paced, excellent action, great character acting by Tom Hardy, great directing by Andy Serkis. Check it out. Check out the review if you need to be convinced more to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a release coming out this weekend also besides Venom is The Many Saints of Newark is coming out, which we're pretty excited to check out. It's at like 71% tomato meter, which I expected it to be that. I'm not expecting like Goodfellas, but it's probably going to be a good time. We'll get some of the characters, the young versions of them, like the Melissa Santis, and then Uncle like Dickie is going to be a young character in that, and then some other characters besides Tony.
Yeah, and then young Tony. But although what is kind of troubling is the audience score is at 58%.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's generally
for the because Sopranos is loved and the fans love it. So if they're not satisfied with it, it might not be as good as everyone hoped it will be. But we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out.
It's still early.
Yeah.
And next up, we have Shang-Chi became the first movie of 2020. So since February 2020, it became the first movie to gross $200 million at the U.S. domestic box office. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's a year and a half, maybe more than a year and a half.
Tenet didn't do that?
No, Tenet, not domestically.
Okay, globally, it was like probably about 400.
Made 380, I think.
Yeah.
But Shang-Chi, it was a big hit. And I know $200 million doesn't sound like a lot, but all things considered, that's a really great success when you compare it to like even Black Widow had topped out at like 140 domestic. So, I mean, that's good news for movie theaters going forward now. So,
tell you, man,
kudos to them.
I'm never going to sell my AMC stock. It's just going to keep going up and up as soon
I'm telling you, it's coming back. They're coming back.
The big movies haven't even been released yet. Just wait until this box office. AMC, if you're hodling, let's go. We got the ignition switch flipped up. We're about to press it. Go to the moon. I think some of the biggest news probably that came out this week for me and Anthony personally is Gladiator 2 news came out. And apparently the script's being worked on right now. Ridley Scott says it'll be ready to go after his Napoleon movie, so it seems like he's going to be attached to direct and produce it. I have mixed feelings about it. I'll check it out, obviously, because Ridley is one of our favorite directors, and he's excellent, one of the best of all time. And Gladiator is one of our favorite movies of all time as well. But I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Like, what can you do? Like, Maximus is dead. I guess the story's going to continue with Lucius as an adult, as like a leader in Rome.
Is that it?
That's it. That's what the theory's always been. I think following Lucius's character as he grows up, is he going to be like a gladiator? Is he going to be in the same storyline? How are gladiators going to factor in if it's a storyline of the politics of ancient Rome? Is it maybe going to be about the fall of ancient Rome? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Gladiator is one of my favorite movies, and I mean the biggest thing that makes the movie work is Russell Crowe. And without him, it's not a Gladiator
not
movie.
Even close.
So you can't have him in it because Maximus is dead. And I mean, I love Ridley, but some of the Alien sequels and prequels, they were not up to snuff. You know what I mean? So
I like Prometheus, but Covenant was probably like a little worse of a film than Prometheus.
So I've definitely I have mixed feelings about this, and I mean, we'll see. We'll wait for a trailer and look for images and stuff, but I'm just not. I don't even want it to happen, honestly.
How are gladiators going to factor in? Like, what are they going to? Is it going to be like Spartacus? They're going to have like a rebellion, maybe.
We'll see.
Something like that. I bet it's going to be a rebellion. in the Fall of Rome all mixed together, something like
maybe.
that. That's my guess. No Time to Die is coming out again this weekend. Next weekend, October 8th is the release. We're going to see it on Tuesday the 7th, which is going to be sick. We're very excited to check this out. I think it's number 2 on my list of anticipated movies to see this year besides Dune. Because, I mean, we've seen 24 Bond movies already, so it's not like it's not going to be anything we've never seen before. But the reviews are coming out, and they're exceptional. Hopefully it's a great bounce back, not just from Spectre, but also a great cap-off for Danny Craig. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Europeans.
And it's going to be weird with him not being Bond anymore, but I'm very much looking forward to this. And Cary Fukunaga is just an excellent director, and the trailers look great. I haven't seen the second trailer. I'm trying to keep myself in the dark.
Same.
So, and I'm very curious to see Rami Malek as the villain. And it looks really, really well made, really well shot, and I am just excited to see that on an IMAX screen.
Yeah, we'll obviously post a review a couple days. We'll post a review like the day after everyone else has a chance to see it.
Yeah.
So that you guys,
the weekend after.
We don't spoil it or anything.
After the weekend.
Yeah. And so then Scarlett Johansson and Disney settled their big conflict over the last couple of months, and which means that their upcoming film Tower of Terror is going to be a go now, which she's going to star in. And I would just love to know how fat the check was that they signed her.
It's $40 million.
They released it?
That's what people are thinking. It's not confirmed, but people are estimating $40 million check.
Because she wanted 50, so maybe they're like, how about 30? She's like, how about 40? That's a fat check.
That's a lot of money.
That's cheddar cheese.
And she had already made $20 million on the movie upon its initial release. So she made $60 million on Black Widow.
That's pretty baller.
A lot of money. That's like private jet money.
Scarjo, get paid. Get your money. I will always. It's like same thing with baseball players and football players. I'm always pro player, pro athlete, pro actor. Get your money.
They bring the audience in.
You're the symbol of why people are going to see this movie usually, and you're working with multi-billion-dollar corporations. They can afford it, and it's nice to see people win like her and Nolan.
Yeah, so good for her. Kudos to her. That is a big paycheck. And then Matthew Vaughn's new film Argylle begins production, and Schmigadoon's cast member Ariana DeBose joins Henry Cavill in the film. I'm very excited for this. I love Henry Cavill. I love Matthew Vaughn, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully there's a lot of humor, action, great sequences, and I mean, it's going to be a good time probably.
50 Cent's BMF has already been renewed for Season 2 at Starz. I haven't checked it out, but I hear people enjoy it, so that's why they're obviously going for Season 2.
50.
There's also a Rocky IV Director's Cut trailer, which announces 40 new minutes of the Sylvester Stallone classic coming to theaters for one night. So I don't know what this extra 40 minutes is going to be like. Probably
it's all trading.
Yeah, it's going to be 40 minutes of just him shirtless, sweating, and training for
training
Rocky
in
IV.
Russia. That's it.
The montage is going to go from 5 minutes to 45 minutes. Can you imagine? So I mean, I'm sure I would enjoy to watch that. I'd check that out.
Yeah, I'd check it out. And then Disney World has announced that in 2022 they're going to be opening up a new Guardians of the Galaxy ride. It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind roller coaster. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Definitely going to have music involved with it, and I'm sure they'll have like the characters in the ride in some capacity. So that should be a lot of fun for fans.
I went to Disneyland before Galaxy's Edge was finished and everything, in all these new other parks, and the Avengers campus was built, and the Guardians ride was my favorite ride at Disneyland. It is a blast. It was like what the Tower of Terror used to be. It was the funnest ride there, so I'm pretty excited to see. I'm sure they'll make the funnest roller coaster at Disney World now too, with Guardians of the Galaxy attached to be the campaign on it.
Next up, we have Dexter New Blood has released some new posters, great character posters, and it looks like Dexter's going to get back and do his old tricks.
I'm really curious to check this out.
Yeah.
Because I hope it has nothing really to do with the last couple of seasons and just like kind of just focus on the character.
What I really like about it is that when the original Dexter was airing, production for it was not that high caliber. It was like pretty basic. Digital cinematography was still very new.
The first couple of seasons.
Yeah, and digital cameras weren't very advanced. And now cameras are so amazing now, digital cameras, that just from the trailer, it looks like it's so cinematic compared to the old show. Like the first season of Dexter, it was like shot like with an HD camera.
It was what, 2005?
Yeah,
2006.
So the production wasn't amazing, and it was always a very low budget show. But this looks really fantastic and brought cinematic quality to it.
Yeah, even we talk about how The Sopranos. Yeah, they brought cinema to TV, the style, but still the first season of The Sopranos doesn't look like the final season. It's not as cinematic. But yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Jon Stewart he's coming back to TV, so he's going to have a show called The Problem with Jon Stewart, which will also be a podcast, and it'll be streaming on Apple TV and obviously Apple Podcasts. So I can't wait to see Jon Stewart's return because he's been such a voice that I feel like we've needed in the world of politics for the last 7 years. He left in 2015. That's when Trevor Noah took the show over. So I think the world needs his voice. America needs his voice because he's very intelligent, but he knows how to, I think, talk to both sides and make a lot of things, like bring a lot of issues to the middle. And, everyone can relate to him in a way.
Yeah, like his new movie that came out last year was excellent because it just tore apart politics on both sides of the aisle. And he's like, they're all scumbags. And then when his big appearance on Colbert, like 6 months...
Politicians, not like people who follow politics.
Yeah, politicians. And then his appearance on Colbert a few months ago when he was talking about the Wuhan lab, really, really great. And you could see Colbert sweating the whole time.
Yeah, who's paying Colbert's checks.
So I think that he's a voice that we definitely need because he's not... In this show, he's not going to be catering to a corporate daddy.
Yeah,
I think
it's his own thing. That's what the Daily Show, the whole point of it is he tries to show you that it's not just the red or blue, it's not this side and that side.
It's not good guys and bad guys.
The entire establishment.
The whole system.
It's all a system that's controlling us and against us all. So I think we need Jon Stewart back to talk to everybody in this country and ease things down. And, we all relate to him.
And he's aware that the media tries to put people on sides and pit people against each other, and that's the dangers that we're heading towards. So he's definitely someone who understands that is the biggest problem more than anything.
All right, let's move on to Tyler Perry and Jason Blum announced first collaboration with movie Help. And is this going to be a horror movie? Yeah, it's a thriller.
It's Blumhouse.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm a big fan of Tyler Perry. We like that guy a lot, and he's a really smart guy. We talk about how intelligent he is. He's a business-savvy guy. He's got one of the biggest studios in America, or maybe the biggest studio in America. So it's going to be an awesome film, I'm sure, to get him with Bloom.
Yeah. And then David Chang, the famous
Bloom.
David Chang, the famous chef. He's probably one of the biggest chefs in the world, you could say. He has a new food documentary series on Hulu called The Next Thing You Eat. So all you foodies, check out that trailer. I got hungry just watching it. He's really great on camera, and I love his cooking, and I love how he presents food. He's just an excellent, excellent chef, and this is definitely going to be something to watch for food fans.
There's a Trainspotting spin-off series about Begbie in the works, and it'll be a television event pieced. Again, everything needs a spin-off in a prequel.
I don't know why he needs a spin-off, but
I guess
he is the most entertaining character
on the show, yeah.
But he's also a supporting character.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know how we feel about origin stories and
Origins. How did he become a deranged, alcoholic, violent criminal?
But the thing with him is he depends on that. He's not like I don't know how you can make an entire show about his character. I guess they'll figure something out.
And then the final bit of news is some really great news for the box office in the UK. No Time to Die opened, and it grossed $6.8 million for its opening day, which is giant for the UK. It's huge. The theaters, there aren't that many theaters out there.
There's only 50 million people.
Yeah, and so this is actually a 13% higher gross than 2015 Spectre. So that's great news.
Yeah, and the thing with Bond is it's such a cultural thing in England and the UK and in that whole country and all their little whatever mini countries they got.
Villages.
Wales.
Oh, yeah.
They're all like kind of part of the monarchy.
Yeah, the UK.
Not in the monarchy.
They're all part of the UK.
I'm not sure. Some of them aren't.
They're just in the UK.
But even like in Ireland and Scotland, it's huge there too. So it's such a cultural event to have a James Bond film, but also Daniel Craig's final James Bond film.
Daniel Craig.
I said it right. I said Craig.
No, you said Krog.
Daniel Craig's final Bond film, Bond 25. So it's awesome news. And if it's making $7 million in the UK on an opening day,
yeah.
Can you imagine what it's going to do in America?
It's going to destroy.
I
think it's going to be the highest grossing movie of the year.
Probably even next year too.
Yeah, so I bet it makes over $500 million.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in to Movie News, guys. Don't forget to check out our Venom review. We have some awesome stuff coming for you this week. Monday is going to be our first descent into spooky season.
Ooh.
We have, I won't tell you what it is, but it's going to be a ghost story film, which I think might throw some people off of what it is.
And if you guys want to watch on YouTube, we have decorated our set, and it looks great so far.
Spider-Man paid a visit. Yeah. There's webbing everywhere.
Web on.
He webbed all over the place.
So it sounds kind of weird thing to say.
That's why I said it. All right, take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, leave a comment. Find us on all audio streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to check out one of these other videos right here for more content on our favorite films and breaking down all kinds of movie content. Thanks so much.